Hi, I'm Marc. I'm Director of Nonprofit Executive Programs in the Mendoza College of Business at the University of Notre Dame. And this week has been a bit of a trying week for me because, as you can see, I have a patch on my left eye. And the reason for that is I had eye surgery. So it was really important that the speakers that I brought in for our executive sessions for the U.S. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce did a really good job because I was a little incapacitated. Luckily, I brought in Ed Rigsbee to talk about how to grow membership in their chambers. Ed did a phenomenal job. He was himself, he was frank, he was upfront, he got right to the point, but most importantly, he had a great interaction with the audience. He has a great sense of humor, has some great stories. The interaction between them kept things lively, but most importantly, he brought value to them. And one of the several things he brought to them was, how do you put a value on the services that you're offering to your members, and then how do you promote that? And that was a difficult process because most of them had never done that before. And his point was, you have to show people what the return on their investment in your organization is. And by the time he was finished with them in the morning, they had come up with a 185 to 10 ratio or something like that. It was a huge return on the investment. Everybody was, I think, stunned at that, and everybody was happy with the results. And what was interesting was he went on later in the day to talk about, okay, how do you take this into your organization? And of course, it's always good to have somebody who's impartial, like Ed, to come in and tell people on your board or in your membership, here's what you value as being important and here's what isn't, because as he explained to them, you have to slay those sacred cows, those things that we claim are benefits to members but really are not. But they've been there for so long that people just don't want to get rid of them, or certain members want to have them because of ego or whatever. But in today's economy, it's just not something you can do. And so as a result, he helped them figure out, how do you overcome those obstacles? How do you figure out what's important and what is not? And he took them through that process. And more importantly, when they got done, they had a whole menu of things to take back to their organizations to try to help them do the same thing within each U.S. Hispanic chamber throughout the country. And even after the session, people were coming up to me during the breaks, during lunch, after the session, the next morning, talking about how much they really gained from his knowledge, from his process, which was even more important, and some of them have even talked about bringing him into their own organization. So thank you, Ed, for a wonderful presentation, and we're going to have you back soon.